Game here on the B stream. Luminosity up against Kinguin, and the CT side are going aggressive early towards that connector area, but not gonna go for the peak just yet. This is gonna take a little bit more of a standstill, and Rain first to show face. Looking, I think he's got a good idea of where Fallen is, but Fur is in prime position to trade this one off. He's going aggressive and finds the head. Surely going to be traded out by Fur. Not going to happen as Scream is there as well. And the CT side, they needed to pick up this pistol round, and so far, they're 2 frags to the good.
Yeah, this is looking good for them. Bolt's going to be coming in from the backside as well, and you can see Luminosity had a decent read as well as Kinguin. Luminosity playing this one really slow and safe, knowing that they're going to be going for that. But here we go, Bolt's trying to challenge on connector, steal over towards B, towards long. They actually gave up full control of the bomb, so Luminosity can secure it with 55 seconds left to go on the clock, but they have to be careful. They don't want to be challenged up. They have to play this one very passive, not knowing exactly where they fully all are, but King with the 2-man advantage. You're in the pistol round. This is exactly what they need to get some momentum going. Yeah,
numbers are crucial on the T side, especially here on Overpass, and losing those 2 early is going to make life very difficult for them. As everyone holding the perfect angles. Rain finds Bolts, and now just 2. Steel and Coldzera desperate to find a way into the site, but it's just been more and more difficult. Frags distributed nicely across the board for the CTs, and Coldzera, Tech9 and Kevlar. Has a little bit of a chance, and he could find 2 here. 19 points of health for Rain, does manage to get away with his life, and they are just going to be hunting him down. 19 seconds, and it looks like we're going to be seeing the 6th acquired for Kinguin. Much needed for them.
Yeah, I don't imagine Cole could do much about this. He'll take 1 kill with them, but with only 10 seconds left to go, there's no way he's going to get that bomb down. So there we go. Kinguin, get the pistol round. And again, the read was phenomenal. That a great 2-man push out of Scream, and I believe it was Rain through connector, catch them off guard completely. Well, I wouldn't say catch them off guard, but winning the aim battles was important.
Exactly.
Like you could see, they were prepared for it. They had a re-peek ready for it. But they got the early aggression, and instead of continuing to be aggressive after those 2 kills, what they do, they backed away, played it safe, played it slow, realizing, guys, we need this round. We cannot mess this up. This is the major here. There's no mess-ups allowed. Yeah, and it looks like Luminosity are looking to reset that money as well. Going for the force, got the Tech9s and the armor in hand. 3 of them as well with head armor, anticipating some rifles and SMGs rather in play. Now, where does the T-side choose to go from here? They don't want to get that early disadvantage. Losing those 2 early completely hindered them and cut them kind of out of that round. Rain on the jump for intel. The downside of the way that Kinguin are playing this A side is that, you know, they're not using their guns to their advantage. They're not using them, you know, keeping them at arm's length. They're not trying to go for the long-range challenges. They're letting the Tech9s get up close and personal, and that's where things get really dangerous. But that first smoke going to come in. It's going to allow them to push in towards site, not to mention the flashbangs. And they have all 5 men charging in. Makalele, Rain, and Scream. Can they hold on?
This should be theirs, but Bolts has already found the entry. Fortunately, Makalele there with the scout to respond. Scream again with the FAMAS. The T-side should be shredded here. There's just 4 points of health. Isn't going to stop Scream. Actually, it is. Bolts there with the Tech9. And hell, this is going their way. 2v2 now. Makalele incredibly low. You could throw a paperclip at him, and he would die. And looks like it's going to be Coldzera again. This is insane. 2 each, and now it's down to a 1v1. And Makalele thinking about the leap of faith there.
I was just thinking that. Don't hit the ground. Don't hit the ground and die.
Now, 7 points of health. 83 for Coldzera. That's 2 shots with the scout. Or aim for the head. Man, Makalele thinking about it. The pressure is mounting at the man, looking to try and keep their economy stable. Coldzera holds the perfect angle, and a Luminosity fight back with the 2nd round on the 2nd half.
That could have gone really bad for Luminosity too, because they had the great smoke off towards Bank and towards Stairs to stop them from seeing them come out long, but they didn't have another smoke over towards Optimus to allow the cross through into side to get the save plant down. Scream, he got overrun, and if he just would have stayed alive, he could have shut down that push, but Luminosity investment, it pays off for him. They lose the pistol, they pick up the 2nd round, and they're forcing Kinguin to just be on pistols, and yeah, Scream even with head armor on this one, that's actually a little bit interesting out of him to go for that, because now he's sitting on 0 money. The rest of his team has, you know, 12 to 1700.
Yeah, that was such a crucial round. Kinguin needed that one. Letting that slip has almost cost them this one, because Luminosity, they're going to start rolling now. Unless Kinguin can kind of respond straight away.
And you're already seeing like a difference between the 2 teams. Like T-side Luminosity, what are they doing? They're sitting back, they're letting Kinguin push and get aggressive, catch them off, pick up a kill, and then work off that. On the other side, Kinguin, they were playing a lot of men towards one side. They weren't watching for these pushes, and Luminosity were able to get behind them constantly. Yes, it's not really a buy round, so you know we can't really look at it too much just yet. But when we get into that one, it's going to be interesting to see a Kinguin are going to play and steal. Again, just waiting for them to push, waiting for them to get aggressive and catch them off guard.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that's exactly what Kinguin go into this one saying, like, let's get a couple of weapons and start rolling. But the T-side a little too wise for that trickery. As Bolts has actually got his own signed Galil. You can see that. He's got his own Sharpie out and signed his Galil. But Coldzera in the meantime finding Scream, and this should most definitely be a comfortable 12.
And I like the way Luminosity are playing this one. It's just so smart. Like, they're not going for any 1v1 challenges. They're going for, like, the 2v1, so they can win out like flat, right? Yeah. Go for the trade, if anything. Don't allow them to pick up a gun. Keep a stable economy. They haven't lost a single man. They've barely lost any health in this round. And now Michael going to be up 1v5. He maybe will get a kill, but there's no way he can win the round.
coldzera has actually risen through the ranks of that scoreboard as well, as he now finds himself at the middle. He was sitting a little lower down beforehand, but it's all just a bit of a team effort at this point. He's got a FAMAS, and he's desperately trying to keep himself in it. Fallen says no, though, with the scout, and that's going to be 12-6 then, the score. As Kinguin, they're running out of room to maneuver here.
They are. They don't really have many rounds that they can throw away. In terms of being able to buy up in this round, well, they're not really sitting too pretty. They're going to have to just go on pistols yet again.
Okay.
So if Luminosity played out like they did last time, they're looking at 13-6.
So where do you go? You're in Kinguin's shoes, 12-6, with just a couple of P250s. They've tried going aggressive. Do you stack? Do you mix it up? What is their plan?
I mean, this round, I think it's more about information gathering. They're sending 3 people out towards long. They're trying to figure out how Luminosity are playing. It's kind of hard to say, you know, what they should do when they haven't been able to have a gun round just yet. It's really difficult to say, you know, the way that Luminosity are going to play this one when it does come to fruition. But I think a stack in this round wouldn't be a bad thing. I mean, they have 3 men towards long. Unfortunately, Luminosity really aren't walking that direction just yet. Again, they're playing this one so slow. They have so much time to work with, and they're being very wise about how they use their time.
Absolutely. Now, bomb returning to the hands of Fallen. They're looking to maybe set their sights on towards B. Scream's the one holding it, but this stack from long, they're being so consistent, so persistent rather, in towards long. And I think finally, 54 seconds left in the round, we might see Bolt's challenge. Flash comes in, they do manage to evade it, but they weren't anticipating the second. That's a fully flashed Dennis hiding behind the rock. coldzera finds him. Looks like he's going to be pushed back, but not enough. That's a double. It could very well be 3. It is! coldzera just turrets 3 in long, and it's going to be all too easy then, as Fox on the prowl, hoping to try and find just one. Fox v Fur, battle of the 3 letters. And it's going to be Fox who's just going to get a consolation prize. And surely Fallen going to be able to wrap this one up, or not. Bomb now loose, and he's got 17 points of health. Fortunately, Bolts is there to mop up their mistakes and put that one under the rug. 13-6 though, as Kinguin, it's time for some weapons, and it's time for them to try and claw this one back.
That read out of Luminosity, just the... Not the, you know, the one flash, yeah, okay, that's good. The second flash, though, to catch him when they go for, like, the turnaround was phenomenal and cold to just keep his, well, to say very cool in that face of adversity. Picking up 3 kills, only like 6 HP was very well done by him. But like you said, the gun run's coming in. Michael Lilly finally has the op, and we're going to see how Kinguin are going to play this one. They have Michael Lilly pushing towards long. They're trying to get some early short control with that Molotov, or at least faking it out, as you see Luminosity not committing to it. But now Luminosity are picking up the pace a little bit more. I wonder if they're going to challenge it on long. They have fun with the op, so they could go for it. But is there a need to, is the question.
I mean, Makalele versus Fallen, I don't know who I'd hedge my bets on, especially considering how well both of them have been performing. More so we've seen Makalele with the rifle than the AWP, but there's always a time for him to shine. Doesn't quite connect the shots. He was challenged down. He's going to throw a flash and go for the repeat. A flash of theirs, though, does return the favour, and this is quite literally just a back and forth to and fro. I think Makalele makes the wise decision to get out of there and stay out of dodge. Still, though, the T side, it feels like Luminosity's T side has been a whole lot more control-based. They just slowly, process of elimination, work their way through the map.
They're slowly just like strangling them. Like every time they try to get aggressive, Kinguin, they can't play their own style because of this. And they're constantly being picked off one by one. And you can see like the flashes they're throwing, Luminosity, the smokes they're throwing, are everything just set so perfectly. I mean, you can see they're off to the side. That's Bolts. He's just setting up for a smoke here to block off Makalele or block off towards stairs. But Scream and Rain are pushed up towards bathrooms. And we might see them just kind of push straight through to not allow Luminosity to get this 3-2 split on the A site.
We saw how powerful control of restrooms can be, and it looks like it's going to be just the same for Rain. They're all around him. He connects through the smoke, but in the meantime, Rain doesn't manage to fall too many of the T side. Just back and forth we go, though. 3v2 numbers favouring the attackers, as Dennis and Fox have it all to do. No nades, just the rifles for them. As here comes the hunt. Dennis pays a heavy price, down to 1, but he did find Steel in the process. And now 2v2 made 2v1 by Fallen, creeping and crawling his way through the toilets. And now Dennis, with just 1, has to do it all. Not looking too likely, and I think he realises that as well, as he is backing away, trying to keep that M4 safe and sound. But that's going to be 14.
That always scares me. That always scares the hell out of me when you see someone on low life jumping through there.
It's that magical no damage water. You got to buy a bottle of that sometime.
Well, Dennis, he's looking to save, and Fallen's going to go for the challenge, but he's on like 17 HP. I don't think there's a real reason for him to go straight out on this one, so they're just going to save their guns. But again, the execute was so well done. They forced... Okay, so think about how the round started, right? Michael was pushed up long, they flashed him, pulled him out of position. Then they started to get a little more aggressive towards long. It forced him back towards the APC, back towards truck, towards bank. They smoked him off, which made him jump to go for the information. He got the tag, I think that was onto Fallen, but then Fallen gets him through the smoke after that. And he goes down. Like, they're constantly controlling and forcing Kinguin back further and further and further, allowing to get more control of the map.
You said they were strangling them. And I mean, picking up just the first round. Kinguin, they started as they meant to go on. But from there, they haven't been able to acquire a single round here on the CT side of Overpass. Stark contrast to what we saw from Luminosity. As Makalele's investment could be very, very profitable here if he plays it right. Gat jumping for Intel as well, as it looks like the CT side have got a good idea of where they want to go from here. Scream again pushing up aggressive. It's something that the CT side needs to be doing more and more of to kind of limit what Luminosity have been bringing to the table. But plenty of time, and so far, time control from Luminosity has been very, very comfortable.
Like, everything they've been doing has been working. You can see Kinguin, like, they're constantly changing things up, right? Like, they're pushing up middle, getting aggressive. They're pushing up long. They're trying to gather information. But every time they do that, Luminosity either pick up some kills or don't give them any of that crucial info. But look at this, Makalele in the perfect spot, gets the first.
Oh, but he pushes up while picking up the AK. And Bolt put him in his place. That looked like a very prime position to be in, and now Dennis and Fox are readying themselves for this hold on towards B. 40 setting their sights on this site. Scream's there to kind of hold his hand to some degree, but he is in upper. And Dennis makes his whereabouts known. Bolts is considering the plant as well, but Fallen's doing all the work for him with the AWP in the meantime. These CTs need this site, but Bolts snatches another one away from them. Just two, kicking and screaming. Desperate to keep 15 away. Bomb in 35 seconds then for two CTs to do it all. Not going to happen lightly. T-side holding steady, and Bolts is just continuing to make it difficult. This is another round for Luminosity and Kinguin. They've been given chances. This was their fourth, and it's not going to be happening yet again.
And as you pointed out, like, Bolts, he had the bomb, he could have planted, but instead of going for the plant, he goes for the challenge. He's like, you know what? Let's just turn this, 4v or this 5v3 or 5v4 into a 5v3, and let's just kind of make you sit back already. Rain, I think he's going to get one kill, maybe a second. But with 12 HP, he's not really going to be able to accomplish too much off the back, especially when Luminosity have so much economy to work with. But they played that one so smart. And now, they are one round away from getting through into the winner's match. 15-6 up against Kinguin.
Kinguin's debut has looked a little flat, and that's all down to the fantastic play from Luminosity, looking just downright clinical on some of these holds. And I say holds, that's right, when the bomb goes down, those sites have not been retaken at all, looking very, very pure once they get that bomb down. Now, though, let's see where they choose to go with those rifles. Just 3 FAMAS for the CT side. A flash between them. Just one nade is all they have to work with. So it's going to come down to fragging capacity. Something they don't lack. Nice, though, as Furt does manage to get away with his life. Not same can't be said for Coldzera, though, as it's a 4v4 for now. But the bomb is loose.
Yeah, they did what worked for him in the pistol round. Pushing people straight through into connector, but they're still down a man.
3 frags away from picking up the first one here. This is how Luminosity aim to start. Starting not necessarily just with a win, but winning with a convincing win against a team like Kinguin, who have been a bit of a question mark to critics. Some expecting to see them really rise through the ranks here at the Major. Others expecting them to be presenting results like this. Looks like answers are being provided here in Cologne. Makalele, Scream and Rain have it all to do, and they're kind of in the palms of Luminosity now. They are the ones that can call the shots, and they've called it beautifully. The bomb is going to be going down. Perfect smoke as well, completely obscuring Makalele. He needs to connect the shots, and he doesn't. Just a little tag on towards the feet of Bolts. And now Scream trying to claw things back. Not looking likely. Steal onto Rain then. That Steel's going to just fire a warning shot towards his teammate. Maybe a small minor celebration. Bolts again. He's been so instrumental in this win. And I say win. Makalele falls. Bolts again. And Luminosity have done it in style. 16-6.